Hi, my name is Nancy. Thanks for joining me. I'm here to show you today a workaround to an annoying problem that comes up between Firefox and Selenium. And the problem is that with certain versions of Firefox, when Selenium contacts Firefox at a low level, instead of launching cleanly, Windows interrupts and announces that Firefox has crashed, and it puts up this annoying alert dialog window that prevents anything else from happening, and your Selenium script, or my Selenium script anyways, comes to a halt. So I've already run the script to bring up this annoying alert, and you can see that I can even bring programs to the front, and the alert continues to, it just won't go away and it won't stop. And poor Selenium can't see it because it's part of the Windows windowing system. It's not part of Firefox, so there's nothing that Selenium can do about it. So what we need to do is we need a workaround to this. We need to somehow go into the system after we've launched our Selenium script and after WebDriver has tried to contact Firefox and dismiss this. So I'm going to go ahead and dismiss it by hand and rerun the script so that you can see the pop-up come up on its own in a program that has all workarounds turned off. So here we go. I'm going to launch my JUnit Java Selenium script, and you can see what's going on down here in the console, and it's just launched and tried to contact Firefox, and it has stopped, and we have a blinking cursor down here for Firefox, and we have nothing. What we have is we have a crash alert, and that's it. And eventually what's going to happen is this Selenium test will time out and crash. I believe the wait is 30 seconds, so let's just wait and see what happens. The dialog, as I mentioned, is not part of Firefox, so we're going to have to use something that can interact with the Windows system outside of the Firefox application. So normally in Java, when in the olden days anyways, when we wanted to contact the Windows operating system, we had to use some pretty complex functions and procedures to do something like close a window, to find and close a window. But these days there's a wonderful set of libraries that you can use, and I'm going to show you the import statements right here. We're using the JNA platform, and these are the 3 lines that you need to put into your code in order to make this happen. So basically all we're doing in this function is we are creating a handle and finding a window called Firefox, and that's what if you go back in this video, you'll see that that's what the dialog called itself in terms of a title, as it was the Firefox window. And then we are going to go ahead and use this function post message, and we're going to tell it to close. And that's it. That's all we need to do in order to close the window. Now, in order to call this code, the tricky thing is that the Selenium script is running in basically a single program thread, and what happens is when WebDriver contacts Firefox, it is in its one thread and it's waiting, and it can't do anything else while it's waiting for Firefox to come up. There's no other way to get around that wait other than what I'm about to tell you. So the way that we create a second thread in Java, one of the ways to do it is to create a new inner class and extend the thread class, which is what I've got going on right here. And all of this code will be posted underneath this video, so you can copy and reuse it. So what goes on in here is I simply recall the constructor, the super constructor, and then in the run method I override the run method and I call the function that I wrote previously that calls JNA. So this thread, the only thing it's going to do is it's going to sleep long enough for the alert to come up, and then it's going to dismiss the alert. It's going to sleep another couple seconds, and then it's going to just go away, and the Java garbage collector will clean it up. There's nothing else we need to do. So in order to call that second thread, what we need to do is stick it in the code somewhere. So I'm going to put it in right before I call the call to create a new WebDriver and contact Firefox, which is right here. And I'm going to put the thread in right here. And I have a little bit of extra code around this because I've created this program so that I can run it with the fix or without the fix in order to show it in this demo. Normally you wouldn't need this extra code, and you'll see in the code clippings below that I've removed the extra code for you so you can use it in its natural state. So what happens here, we just create a new object of the class that we created right above here, and we tell that new thread object to start, and then we go ahead and launch the Firefox driver, and that's it. That's all we need to do. And any other time in the code where we think this problem is going to crop up, we can put this data in there. Thank you very much for joining me today.